and welcome to Grandad's Reviews. Today I'm going to have a look at something I've got for my grandson, because he wants to start a YouTube channel doing gaming and he needs a decent microphone. So I have got a spare microphone. It's the Neewer NW700, but it's XLR, and he's got nothing for this to plug into on his computer. He's got just a basic PC. And obviously I use this, and I connect it into the Tascam DR60, which has got XLR and phantom power. So we want to get this into his PC. Now it comes with a cable that's got a 3.5 to XLR, but if you try it just direct from this, obviously there's no phantom power in it. So what we need to do is get phantom power in it. To get this into his PC without having to buy something expensive. So what I've picked up is a phantom power supply, and this is the Mugig. I don't know if that's how you say it, but it's Mugig MPP1, and it's USB powered. So I thought that would be ideal for what he needs. And so you've got mic in, which will be the XLR from the microphone, and then the output, which will be my 3.5, and it's going to power on. Nice silver box. So in the box you get obviously that, you get a USB cable, and you get a UK plug. And this is 500 milliamp output, so it doesn't take much power. So what I'm going to do is get it all set up. First off, I'm going to record on the Tascam directly from the microphone using the Tascam's 48 volt and record, and then we'll put the power supply in, go into the 3.5 and see what we can get out of that. So let's set it all up. Right, so I've got the Neewer 700 on an arm with a pop filter. Put the foam on as well. The XLR is going into the Tascam. I've got good levels on there, phantom power's on, and what we'll do is we'll record that. So what we'll record on this, I've got the low cut filter on, 40 Hz. That's what I found was best with this microphone, and we'll stand pretty close and we'll just record some dialogue. I've got something to read from, so that's recording away. So I'm just going to read this little bit off here. DCPs translate device specific scene reference color data to a standard color space. DCPs also instruct the raw processor in the current interpret of white balance. Every DCP is device specific because a DCP file format may contain color mapping information for only one camera model at a time. Creating multiple profiles for a camera model requires producing multiple DCP files for that model. So that is the first recording. Straight into the Tascam with its 48 volt power coming from the Tascam, and now we'll switch it out. Right, so now we've got to swap around. We've got the same Neewer 700, but now it's going into the box. So we've got the XLR from the microphone going in here, XLR from here, down to 3.5 into the Tascam, which is recording on the 3.5 input. I've got the setting on high in, and I'm nearly on max on the actual input there. Unity switched on. And what we'll do is read that same passage and record it. So this is the Neewer 700 into its phantom power supply, and we'll just read the same passage again. So DCPs translate device-specific scene-referred colour data to a standard colour space. DCPs also instruct the raw processor in the correct interpret of white balance. Every DCP is device specific because the DCP file format may contain colour mapping information for only one camera model at a time. Creating multiple profiles for a camera model requires producing multiple DCP files for that model. Right, so we'll just record the same passage straight into the PC through the mic jack using the phantom power supply on the Neewer 700. I'm recording this in Audition, so I'll read the same passage. DCP translate device-specific scene-referred colour data to a standard colour space. DCPs also instruct the raw processor in the correct interpret of white balance. Every DCP is device specific because the DCP file format may contain colour mapping information for only one camera model at a time. Creating multiple profiles for a camera model requires producing multiple DCP files for that model. So that's the Neewer into the phantom power pack, straight into the computer. Let's see how that sounds. The first thing I have noticed is obviously I've got to increase the input gain to get the same settings. So whether this is actually producing 48 volt or is it losing some down the cable in the 3.5, I don't know. But I've got good levels and you know, it should be okay. So let's get all the files into the computer. Right, so these are the 3 files brought into Audition. We're looking at the Tascam only one at the moment. All I've done so far is just normalise them to -23 LUF, so they're all on a good starting point. So we'll just play a bit here on this, the Tascam only one, see what that sounds like. Reference colour data to a standard colour space. DCPs also instruct the raw processor in the current interpret of white balance. So that's that bit. Let's just have a look what the noise floor is on this. So if we do an amplitude, we'll scan that selection. I got a minimum of 60.69 dB on that one there. So let's go to the Tascam with the Mugig. Listen to, I believe that'll be the same bit. So DCPs translate device-specific scene-referred colour data to a standard colour space. Let's have a look at some noise. Scan that again. And it's down to, let's do it again just to see. So minimum of 55.2, 55, yeah, about 55.29. And then this is the one straight into the PC. Every DCP is device specific because the DCP file format may contain colour mapping information. Device specific scene referred colour data to a standard colour space. DCPs also instruct the raw processor in the... let's have a look at the noise on this one. Section 52.4. So very similar. Very similar between all three, just the Tascam only is a lot better on the noise floor. There's less noise in that. DCPs translate device specific scene referred colour data to a standard colour space. DCPs also instruct the raw processor in the correct interpret of white balance. Every DCP is device specific because a DCP file format may contain colour mapping information for only one camera model at a time. Creating multiple profiles for a camera model requires producing multiple DCP files for that model. So, after listening to all the files on the computer and comparing the NW700 mic straight into the Tascam and into the Mugig into the Tascam and Mugig into the PC, I think the Mugig phantom power supply is actually very good for the money, for what I actually ended up paying for it, which I believe was approximately £15. I'm quite impressed. If you want a cheap way of getting a XLR microphone into your PC or into a recorder of some kind, then I think it's an ideal thing. You can power it off a power bank, you can power it off your PC as well. Just got to be careful you don't get any ground loop interference with it, so check it first. But definitely off a power bank or just any USB power supply, and it'll do a good job. So I think as a cheap way of doing it, yeah, quite impressed. And hopefully my grandson one will be as well. So if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell button if you want to be notified. Till next time, see you later.